Hello, my name is Deb Coviello, and I am grateful to introduce to you today Jennifer Stannard, who is the chairwoman of the Circuit Committee. And we have some amazing things to share with you about the circuit. But Jennifer, could you just please start a little bit, share a little bit about yourself and why the circuit is so important to the USWCA?
Certainly. I have been curling for about 30 years. I am a member of the Grand National Curling Club, so the Nutmeg Curling Club presently, but I am in the process as we speak. I'm surrounded by boxes here of moving up to Massachusetts and will then be a member of the Falmouth Curling Club. And I'm also a member of the Hartford Curling Club, which is a startup. I think we're about in the third year. So
Oh, wow.
lots of curling, which is great.
Fantastic news, and I have been to Nutmeg. I have been to Falmouth. Amazing, amazing clubs, amazing women, all part of the USWCA. So, tell me more about the circuit. Why did you get involved in the circuit, and what are we doing new now in this coming year?
Sure. Well, I think many people would be surprised to know that we have completed 10 years of the circuit. So we are entering our second decade. Now, when I was president of the USWCA, I was involved in creating the circuit. And I'll tell you, the USWCA is all involved in grassroots for women's curling and juniors. And curling at that time, it was before we had the Olympic success and everything that has happened, television coverage. And so many clubs were closing, and women's bonspiels in particular were not filling up. Some of them would have to cancel because of so few people, so few teams coming. So we wanted to address that issue, number one. We also realized, and I guess I didn't just realize this, I went to a curling marketing seminar that was put on by the USCA, and the gentleman running it was from the University of Regina in Canada. And so they had a lot of statistics. And one of the things was that curlers will, when you have a new curler, they usually leave this, or if they're going to leave, they leave between the second and fifth years of curling. And if they go out and get involved in more events than just their club, it is more apt that they will stay with the sport. So we all know how much fun bonspiels are, Deborah. You and I know that
I know,
very
I know.
clearly.
It's amazing.
So an absolutely great thing for curlers, for new curlers, bringing new curlers, getting them involved and getting in that camaraderie and the spirit of curling. So the men in the GNCC had started up a similar event, a circuit event, and they had it for I guess a couple of years at that time. And it really interested me because they would put together their own teams, and they would just go to the usual bonspiels, but the bonspiels that wanted to participate would pay a fee. All of it was money back to the participants. So very much as to what we came up with the circuit. And they had great success the first couple of years, and then it kind of dwindled. So we got ours going. We mirrored that. We had an advisory committee of Lori Mountford, Tracy Lawless, Todd Burhunter, what am I saying? Burhunter. Bill Todd Hunter. I combined him with Todd with my friend Mr. Burr, Ann Swisshelm. So we had a number of people who really understood curling, understood what we were doing. They helped us to come up with the rules and the format, and we kicked it off. And so that was now, well, I guess 12 years ago when you count the year that we've had off for COVID, and so the premise of it was we would use existing women's bonspiels in the USWCA. And one issue was that women do not always curl with the same other people on their team. we have different responsibilities. We have family. We may not be able to get out for certain dates, etc. And so we address that with saying you only have to have 2 people that are on the circuit on your team. So you don't have to always worry about having 4, just 2 people, and then your results will count. And we said to the Bonspiels, you don't have to change anything that you're doing, just send us the final draw so we see what teams won, where they won, which events, and send us a list of everybody who curled, and we will do the rest. And so we started out and have grown every year since, both with the number of participants and the number of clubs that participate.
All right. Well, this is so exciting. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for the collaboration with so many individuals to help bring the women's circuit forward and amazingly successful. But, fast forward, we had a COVID year, didn't have as much opportunity to Bonspiel, but we are getting ready to kick off some new and exciting things, get some more people talking about the circuit. So what do we have to look forward in the coming year?
We do. And actually, I had first contact from a club wanting to get on the circuit for this season. And that was the Kettle Moraine Curling Club out in Wisconsin for their fall fling that occurs in October. And it's always a fun one. I've gone to it many times myself. And I have to tell you, if there's costumes and skits involved, I'm all in. So they've already reached out to us to do that, and I'm sure that other clubs will come along. So in our upcoming 11th year, so the start of the next decade, we are encouraging more teams to involve the older juniors in the Bonspiels. It's a great opportunity for them to get exposed to women's curling, to see as we talk about the camaraderie of the sport and all the fun that is. Now I know that some clubs, because of the bars or whatever else, aren't open to that. But if they are, we are going to offer extra points to anyone on a team that has brought a junior to a Bonspiel. We are also looking to offer extra points to any teams that bring a new circuit participant, someone who has not curled on the circuit before. So that should be great for getting more people involved. And all the money, the fee that the club pays to be on the circuit, and the annual fee that a circuit participant pays, which is $35. And for the clubs, $50 before, I believe it's October 1st, because there's a discount for getting your Bonspiel in early, so that we can publicize it on Facebook and the website and all of that. All those funds go back to the winning participants in each region. And over 50% of the participants get funds back. So ranges from, if you're winning your region, you get a lot more money than someone who just came in the top 50. So all of that with some new wrinkles there. And to kick it off, Deborah, you have been key in helping us to interview some of the women across the country to talk about what they liked about the circuit, how much fun they had. I think some of them have told stories about things that happened in the circuit. So we're going to be rolling those out on our website, on our Facebook page. And so if any women have any questions about the circuit, that should be answered. It is not just for those women curlers who want to become more competitive and really hone their skills. Although if you go out to a Bonspiel, you will find that your skills do improve and you learn things, because if you're just curling at your club, very often you'll see the same strategies and things employed, and you won't be asked to do any different shots. So the circuit's great for that. But I think the reason that most people do it is they make friends all across the country and all these different Bonspiels, and that's what it's all about, is the fun and seeing those women again. And we are just getting the data in on a survey that we did of all past circuit participants. And one of the things that surprised us was how many of them traveled to circuit bonspiels outside of their own region. And that was really great to see because it's all meeting the goals that we had wanted.
All right. Well, I am just so excited for you and thank you for the opportunity to have spoken to some amazing women, shared their stories with myself. Can't wait to release them to the entire USWCA community. Thank you for your leadership and to the circuit committee. And I can't wait to see a lot of women starting to get involved in the circuit. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah.